Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. For all my regulars and all those that are subscribed, welcome back, more love. And to all the new people, hi guys, my name is Natasha and welcome to my channel. Please make sure that you do subscribe, like and comment down below. Please also check out my other videos if you haven't checked them out yet. I really do appreciate the support that you guys give me, so please do not forget to just leave a like, maybe a comment yana down below, and most importantly, please do not forget to subscribe. Especially if you're someone that keeps on coming back to watch my videos, please make sure that you subscribe. It is absolutely free and I really do appreciate it. And also, we are on the road to 2,000 subscribers. Please guys, I am making the effort this year. I'm hoping that I'll be able to upload at least twice a week. So right now I'm looking at uploading on a Sunday as well as a Wednesday. So please guys, and please subscribe because I'm just trying to grow this channel. So today I am doing a story time of my labor and delivery story. I know when I shot my how I found out I was pregnant video, I had promised in that video that I will do a story time about my experience with labor and delivery. And I honestly didn't want to shoot this video, but someone was in my DMs on Instagram and they reminded me that I had promised to shoot a video about my labor and delivery. So I thought, yeah, let me just do it. Let me share the story with you guys. I really hope that you enjoy this story. Before we get into the story, I have a little frutana with me. So I've been like summer-willing a frutana, and Ichomiam came through and one patella a frutana. I hope you guys can see. So this is the brutal fruit strawberry flavor. It's the sparkling strawberry rouge spritzer. I love this so much. Yo guys, the brutal fruit was in their bag when they made this. Yo, it is so nice. So otherwise, brutal fruit, if you're watching. So please guys, if you haven't watched my story of how I found out I was pregnant, please do check out the video. It is somewhere here. I'll also leave the link to the video in the description box, so you can just click on the link and it will take you straight to that. Okay, so I was pregnant in 2015 up until 2016. Based on the scan that I went for, my doctor said I would give birth in December. So he gave me two different dates for December 2015. Those dates, I don't remember what the dates were, but I remember very well that they were December 2015. So I was supposed to give birth in December 2015. But when I figured out December, the two dates went by and umdana wayengafiki. So it was long overdue, the 9 months that I was supposed to carry umdana for. I went to go see my doctor because he also gave me a date to go see him if ever by those two dates I haven't given birth. So I went to go see him and he told me that I would need to go to Dora Nginza, which is a public hospital here in Port Elizabeth. So because I was going to a public clinic, I was also transferred to a public hospital because obviously I'm not medical aid and not mali. So what do? So after we came back from my doctor, we went straight to Dora on the same day. But when we got there, it was, I think it was around like 12 or 1. And when we got there, they told me that no, they can't attend to me at that time. I need to go back there the following day. So we're like, okay, no problem. I was a little bit upset because obviously by now I'm panicking about what's happening while umntana engafiki. I'm a first time mom and I was a little bit excited and also nervous and stressed out because I'm wondering why is my child not coming out, like what's happening. So they told me to come back the following day. I'm sitting near the window and it is playing at the back. So she just noticed that I'm busy shooting a video and she's coming. Let me show you guys. Hello. Hello. Hi guys.
Hi guys.
So get better and busy in their shoot over. Alright, so they said I must go. I'm sorry about that, but if you're a regular, you already know that it is part of this channel. In fact, this is her channel, as she would say. But okay, so I went there, and also at this time when I went to go see the doctor, it was already in January. Yeah, it was already in January. So December had gone past, didn't give birth. So it was in January when I went to go see my doctor. Fine, I went to go see my doctor. He told me I need to go to Dora, which is a public hospital. Fine, I went to Dora on the, I think it was on the 12th of January 2016 when I went there. So we woke up early in the AMs. I took a 5 a.m. bus to that place because Ulava, at the time Ulava was in Durban. My mother had to go to work. My sister was busy, so I went there alone. So I woke up. My mom escorted me to the bus station. I took a 5 a.m. bus and I went there. I got there and they showed me where I was supposed to go. So I went in, I did some checkups. They checked my blood. They checked if the baby was still okay. They also did a scan. And by God's grace, the baby was still fine. I was also fine. So after doing the checks, then they put us on one side. Like they put the people that were getting admitted on one side. So after doing everyone's checkup and all of that, they then led us to our beds, or we would be sleeping, or the ward that we were going to be at. So fine, they took us there. We got allocated our beds where we were going to sleep, and we got there. So when we got there, I think it was around lunchtime, they made us food. We ate. The food was ugly. The food was ugly. It had no salt. I don't know why. It was tasteless. But beggars can be choosers. We ate and we settled down. So on the first day, that was the 12th of January. I think it was the 12th. We settled down, we relaxed, we got to know each other in the place where we were at. So obviously it's not a private hospital, so it's like an open ward. I think there were a lot of beds there. There were a lot of us, but it's like divided into two sides though. So there's one side and the other side. So I was on the other side, and I think on my side there was about 5 of us. Yeah, I think there was 5 or 6 of us on that side. We got to know each other. We were chatting. It was nice. We relaxed on the first day, and then we obviously slept. Then it was the following day, which I think it was the 13th. Yeah, I think I only stayed there for 3 days. Yeah, and then it was the 13th of January. So on the 13th of January, we woke up very early. So on the 12th, they told us that the following day we're going to give you guys inducers. They called it imizo. I think it was mizo or miza. I don't remember what they called it, but it was to induce a labor. So for those that don't know, inducing in labor is forcing you to go into labor, because obviously if your date has gone past, that means now you need to be forced into labor for your child to come out. I don't know why, but I had to be forced into labor, same as the other ladies. So they told us that the following day you're gonna wake up very, very early, and we're going to give you a mizo, which is to induce you and get you into labor. Fine. And they explained to us about how the process is gonna go, because we took a mizo, I think it was 4 cups that we had to take of that mizo. So fine, the 13th of January we woke up very early, and before we had breakfast they gave us the first dose of imizo. We drank it. It wasn't a bitter medicine or anything. It sort of tasted like warm water with a little bit of salt. That's what it tasted like. So we took our mizo, didn't feel anything after the first cup. We were still fresh, we were laughing, having fun. I think we were taking every 5 or something hours, I can't remember well, guys. It was 5 years ago, so my memory is really bad. The nurse came for our second dose. Fine, she gave us our second dose. We drank, she left. Still kumandi. We can't feel anything. For some, they started feeling a little bit of pain. Now I was still okay, because obviously I'm still young, I'm still fresh. The others were a bit older than me, and the others were much older than me. So sahlala, the nurse came back for our 3rd dose. We took our 3rd dose. I gave it to none. Hey! or whatever. We took our third dose, and yay, that's when I started feeling pain. I started feeling a little bit of cramps in my lower stomach. I was like, okay, I can feel something. And also, guys, in the process where we're getting this miso, we also, like, after taking your miso, they had that belt. There's this belt. I'll look for a picture now, insert it here. There's this belt that they put around your stomach, and it sort of monitors the baby's heartbeat. Yeah, I'll put a picture here. So they'll put that thing around your stomach, and that thing is so painful because they put it so tight around your stomach, and it is painful. And imagine now you're having a miso and you also have that belt around your stomach. So it was pain. It was so much pain. I think I even lost weight that same day. Like, yo, pain was too much. Third cup of miso, and I started feeling pain. I'm like, okay, now and it's so painful. I don't know what this is. I don't know if it's labor or not, but ibhlungu. Another thing I forgot to add is that after some time, the doctor would come in and check how far apart you are. So with giving birth, you obviously your pelvic or your vagina or whatever, but your vagina has to open up. I think it has to be at 10 centimeters in order for the baby to be able to come out. So every few hours, the doctor would come in, afagi his 2 fingers to check. TMI, I know, but afagi his 2 fingers to check how wide you were. So that's also another pain of its own. So it was a setup of pain. That dose, okay, I started breathing very heavy. I'm like, okay, I don't know what to do. This is very painful. I called my boyfriend and I told him, okay, now I can feel something, because he also kept on calling to ask how I'm doing, what's happening and all of that. So I kept on updating him, and I was like, okay, now this is so painful. And he was so worried because he could hear that I'm in so much pain. Guys, I started panicking. I'm like, okay, no, this is very painful. I can't stand this. This is too much. They told us, no, you can walk around the passage just to try and ease the pain and all of that. Fine. I walked around. I tried to do something just to relax myself. 4th dose came. We took it. Guys. I don't even know how to explain the pain I was going through. It was so much pain. I started crying. I didn't want to talk to anyone. My phone was ringing because my family wants to know what's happening. And there's this belt that they just keep on putting around my stomach, and I'm in so much pain. And the doctor keeps on coming in to check. That is zonda. I hated myself so much. I really hated myself for putting myself in such pain. I hated it so much. So the 5th one, I think we took it 6 times actually. If I'm wrong, I'm sorry, but I can't remember. I said I can't remember. It's been 5 years. I think the 5th dose came, and it was later now. The 5th dose came, and at this point I'm like, I don't even want to drink this anymore, but we were forced. And I'm in so much pain that I couldn't even swallow that thing. It's not bitter, it's not ugly, but I couldn't swallow it because I'm just in so much pain. My body felt like someone else's body. It didn't feel like my own body. It was just too much. And we took the 6th dose. At the time when we were taking the 6th one, the others had already gone downstairs to go give birth because their contractions were, what do you call it, Gane? I don't know, but they were ready to give birth, or their water broke, so they went downstairs. And I think there was only about 3 of us left. 6 dose, and I'm like, this is too much. And at the time, I think it was around 10 to 11. Around 11 to 12, I told the nurse, okay, now, I'm in so much pain. I think I'm ready to give birth. I was crying, I think I'm ready. So they came with a wheelchair. They were like, okay, it's fine. Let's go downstairs. Because at the point, I couldn't even walk. I'm in so much pain. I'm my body is just, it felt like my body doesn't belong to me. Every single part of my body was in pain. So they came with a wheelchair, and we took my stuff. We put them all together because we were warned there at Dora that if you're going to leave your baby stuff, people will come and steal them. So whatever you have with you, you need to go downstairs with it. So we took everything and we went downstairs. By the time I got downstairs, I was so dizzy, I was in pain, I was weak, I couldn't even see anything. Like, I'm like, where are we? What's happening? I can't see. Guys, I got blind. Not 100% blind, but maybe like 80% blind. I couldn't see. I'm like, where are we? What's happening? I hear so many people crying. There's babies crying. There's women screaming. There's just too much. And there's people shouting, push, push. So, yeah, there was so much happening. So we got downstairs and I'm like, okay, I'm not feeling well. So I tell the nurse that, look, I'm closing my eyes because I'm trying to take myself back to that moment and the experience. So I tell the nurse that, look, I'm really not feeling well. This is too much and I think I want to vomit. She's like, you don't want to vomit. There's nothing. You're not going to vomit. I'm like, Sissy, I know what I'm talking about. I want to vomit. I can feel it. I want to vomit. She's like, no. Because it's a public hospital. And we all know, at public hospital, they're not the most caring people. Like, let's be honest. Let's just put it out there. But they are not the most caring people. I'm like, Sissy, I want to vomit. I can feel it that I want to vomit. She's like, no, I also vomit. I can't see. You're just exaggerating, Nendo. Yeah. She couldn't even finish Lando. I ate her and I looked on the side and I was like, that vomit, guys. Everything I ate those 2 days that I was there, it came out. After she saw that I was vomiting, she quickly ran and got me something. So I started vomiting in that bucket. And they were like, okay, we need to get... Because I don't know what was happening that year. Because in 2015, a lot of people were pregnant in 2015. So by early 2016, a lot of people were giving birth. So it was full. It was packed. Because I remember they were even saying that there isn't enough beds there. So there were people that were sitting on the chairs, the cold chairs. Some of us were on the wheelchair, were sitting there. We couldn't get a bed for ourselves. So as soon as you gave birth, you were quickly moved because they were trying to make space for new people. So I started vomiting. When I started vomiting, they were like, okay, we need to quickly get a bed for her because she needs to give birth. So because there wasn't any empty beds at the time and people were still busy, they took a few beds from upstairs and they brought them downstairs and they put them in the rooms where there were already people giving birth there. So they put my bed in there and then they moved me to that bed. So as I was sleeping there, I'm also like, listen, I also need to go to the toilet. I told them, listen, I also want to go to the toilet. I want to pee and I want to make a number 2. And they were like, no, you can't go to the toilet right now because if you go to the toilet, the baby will come out. I'm like, but I really need to make a number 2. I really need to make a number 2. They were like, listen, if you want to make a number 2, then you better do it here on your bed. That time, I'm thinking to myself that if you make a number 2 while giving birth, your child will come out dumb, will grow up to become like a really slow child or abemun. So I'm like, no, there's no I'm gonna risk and allow this to happen. I'm like, no, I want to go to the toilet, I want to go make a number 2. They're like, no, Sissy, I was in toilet, you're gonna have to do it here. I quickly did it there. They cleaned up. It's embarrassing, I know, but guys, this is what you need to expect. If ever you're pregnant and you are watching, this is what you must just expect. It's gonna happen and it's natural. And also when you make a number 2 when you're about to give birth, it's not true. It's just a myth. It's a rumor or old wives' tale. It's not true. So fine, I did the things that need to be done. They cleaned up, and then after that, that's when I started feeling more pain. Like, that opened up another level of pain. And at that moment, I was pulling the bed. And I remember I was pulling them because I was in so much pain. And deep inside, I'm praying to God that, listen, if this is how you want me to die, then it's fine. Just end my life right now. Heal me now. Let me die now. Instead of putting me in so much pain. I was in so much pain. I was crying. I was screaming. And guess how? They are so... I don't even know how to explain it, but I'm not friendly at all. So njengoba ndihleli phayana, I have a drip on. Guys, I was screaming. I even pulled out a drip from my hand. I don't know why I did that, but okay, I got to a point where I was like, no, I can't do this, and I pulled it out. Because I was so ready to die. I was like, God, if this is how I'm going to die, then it's fine. Let me die. I'm like, just kill me. I'm ready to die. But yeah, I wasn't dying. So I pulled out the drip and I was screaming, oh, and the nurse that was looking after me, she would come in and be like, Jonga, young man. Ade, uyangola. Suskrima up, spamanela up. Uskrimela do kalela ban, was doing by then. Sungola up, sungola. So I would scream when she left, and the moment she comes back, I'm like, yeah, good. Yeah, guys, I was tortured. I was really tortured. I was screaming. I would cry at the moment I see her coming in. I'm like, I just right. Okay. And then she'd leave. Then I would scream again. Yeah, I was crying out for my mom, for everyone. I was like, no, I don't want to do this. This is so painful. Why am I going through this? God, if you want me to die, just kill me. Why are you doing this? Why are you punishing me? Kill me, kill me. Guys, it's yeah. So after a few hours of being there, my doctor came in and he checked my baby's heartbeat, and he said to me, your child is falling asleep and this is dangerous because right now you've already been induced to give birth. Your water is not breaking and your child is not coming out because she keeps on falling asleep. So if you don't start moving so that your child can stay awake, there's something that might happen to this child. Yo, guys, as if already I'm not going through a lot, to have the doctor say that to me, that was another level. Yo, I started panicking. So he was like, I must keep coughing so that my stomach can move and the baby can wake up. So I had to keep making myself cough. And I was like, because I'm in so much pain, I can't do anything. So I couldn't cough like really loud. And now, like in general, the woman that doesn't know how to cough very loud. My cough is very soft. So I'm like, I took no, you can't cough like that. You need to really cough hard for this child to wake up. If you want your child to survive, you're gonna have to cough really hard. So I'll be like, I said, yeah, good. Now the child is moving. Yeah, so I kept on doing that. In the process of doing that, that is also painful because right now I'm breathing and I need it down there. It's painful. So the more you like breathe, the pain goes down there and it gets more painful. So I kept on doing that. Then doctor wapinda wafaka isandla to check. It was like, okay, right now this is getting really dangerous because your baby is just falling asleep. What I'm gonna have to do is I'm now gonna have to pull your water to break and just force you straight into labor. So the nurses quickly came. The doctor put in his hand, he put something there. Whatever he pulled, it was so painful. It was so painful. It felt like he was pulling out a plug, and but it was so painful. He put it out and my water came out, and the doctor was like, okay, now you need to get ready to push. You must get ready. So the nurses came and they were like, push. So I would like scream. They're like, no, listen, if you want your child to come out, don't scream, just push, and that's going to be easier for your child to come out. So because already I did to go to a kumbana, like umtana saying like she's in danger, she might not survive. So I'm like, whatever I do here, I need to make sure that this child survives because there's no way I'm going to be able to go through this much pain. So I did as they told me. I pushed. I didn't scream, I didn't cry, I just pushed. And it was so painful because my child was very hairy. So as I know, as chisa down there, that's a cheese that was burning down there, so it was really painful. So I pushed, and the nurses were like, yeah, that's good, very good. Yo, I pushed, the head came out, and then the shoulders came out. After that, I felt so relieved. Yo, guys, it felt like yaphela yonke lo pain. Dava nomntana mekhala, which was the most beautiful sound ever. Gogo by color, it's not the most beautiful sound, but at that moment, it was the most beautiful sound because I know that was a sign of life. That meant that my child had made it and she was okay. Damve color, and it felt so calming. Guys, I fell in love. So mntana wakhawuleza waklinwa, and then they gave me the baby njengoba ndimbone bandibonisa uba jonga igender yomntanakho, it's a girl. I was happy. Banika ndamthuthuzela, and then they put the child on the other side because they had to weigh her bajonge ba umkanganani and all of that. And after that, shame, the nurse then became so friendly because after that, because my labor was like really induced and a lot happened, they had to stitch me up down there. So the nurse was so friendly when she was doing it. And guys, while I was in labor, they put so many injections on me down there. I don't even know how many, but there were so many. And all my life, I've always been so scared of injections, but that day I couldn't even feel them because my body was already in so much pain that I couldn't feel the needles. So after I gave birth, they stitched me up. Unesi shame, Jebe busy stitching me up. Elegant City, ow, oh sorry, I'm sorry, I stitch. Oh, right. She became so friendly, and I'm like, why weren't you this friendly at the time when I was going through so much pain and I was crying? You kept on telling me to keep quiet and shut up. But now you're friendly, but it was whatever. So she was so friendly. They stitched me up, they cleaned me up, cleaned my baby. And then I had to give her breast milk. Like ibele lam was bigger than my child's head. So they showed me how to do it. Oh, she was the most beautiful being. And she looked so much like Utadake. I was shocked. So I quickly asked the nurse to give me my phone. I took a picture. Datumela no mamamu, and I told them that I have a baby girl. They were all so happy. I sent my boyfriend a picture. He was also happy. The only thing he asked me was why is my child's hands white, because they came out white. And I'm thinking he probably thought that that's not my child. But again, they said we stayed there for like an hour or less, and then they took us back upstairs. No, going back upstairs, they took the baby to the nursery and I went back to my room. And then after a few hours, because I gave birth around like 3 a.m. or 4 a.m. and then Ksasa around 7, 8, they then asked us to go to the nursery and fetch our babies. So I went there. And I looked around. I completely forgot what she looked like. Thanks God for the tags that we had. And okay, this is the tag that matches my baby. At the time, I'm in so much pain because I'm stitched. I couldn't even walk. So I'm like, and we went back to the room. I cleaned her up. And I had to give her breast milk again. It gave me so much peace looking at her. And guess shame, all the pain was worth it. It still is worth it because I love her so much. So umzali xa nimbona ephambana ebona umntana akhe ebethwa okanye siva umntana akhe ekhala, you must understand uba we go through so much pain to bring these babies into life. So to see someone else now beating up your child or punishing your child, it's not something easy to comprehend or something easy to like take in, because you think of the time when you were in labor and going through so much pain and you were there alone, and now all of a sudden someone else wants to that is not on. Shame, because I know the amount of pain I went through to bring that child into earth or into life. So don't even try that. So we also went back home the same day when I gave birth. I went back home, and Ulava, he came back from Durban the following day. Yeah, shame. Wafika the following day, and then I was a bonum time. That's about it. I hope that you guys enjoyed the story. I know I shared a lot of sensitive information or too much information, but guys, this is it. This is how children are brought into life, and it is what it is, guys. It is what it is. So thank you so much for watching. I hope that you guys enjoyed the video. I hope that you enjoyed the story time. If you'd like to, comment down below and share with me how your experience was. and share your story, your labor or delivery story down in the comment section. Please also do give this video a like. Do not forget to subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet. Until my next video, it is love and peace. Bye.